Hi, I'm Stormy. Please like and subscribe. I lived with my parents in a small city in the States. My parents loved me loads, and I was living a simple, peaceful life until I discovered something strange about me on my 5th birthday. When I was about to thank the guests after the party, I felt quite nervous with everyone staring at me.
We did thank you all for coming to my birthday.
What a fumble! That's the first time I realized I stutter in nervous situations. Everyone around me laughed and I just ran away. I sat by the pool crying when a girl my age with glasses came and sat down near me.
Hey, I'm Nora. We just moved here. I know, speeches suck. Yuck. I hate them too.
She wiped my tears and I instantly put my arm around her. It felt like we were destined to be friends.
Mommy takes me to the park every night. Wanna come along? It'll be fun.
And so we met at the park every evening, and soon we became best friends. One such day, I saw another girl with Nora. As I approached them, the girl started laughing.
Don't tell me you're friends with her. Isn't she the dummy who said thank you at her birthday party? Yeah, I did. But what's your problem? You're such a stupid combo. Stormy the dummy and No Eyes Nora.
She laughed and pulled Nora's glasses. Nora reached out for them, but the girl threw them on the ground and stomped on them. I lost it. I kicked her hard and she fell on her butt.
How dare you mess with my friend? Your friend? She's my sister, you moron. Get lost.
What? Turned out, she was Nora's twin sister, Leah. She gave Nora a death stare and ran to complain to her mom.
She can't be your sister, Nora. She's awful. Yeah, she is. That's why I didn't introduce her to you before. We just never get along. But thanks for standing up for me.
Days passed and we all started going to the same school. Whenever Leah or anybody bullied me or Nora, we always stood up for each other. Life was good until one day in the 6th grade, Nora told me the saddest news. Their family was moving to New York City. I don't want to go, but my dad's got some big job there and he can't miss it. I'm so sorry. She hugged me and we both burst into tears, while Leah mocked and laughed at us. And that's the last day we all met. I missed Nora so much that I didn't even attend school for days. But then Mom and Dad encouraged me. Slowly, I started focusing more on my studies and became a school topper. But when I was in high school, my parents came up with a strange plan. They wanted me to move in with my aunt in New York for a better education. I wasn't so happy to leave them, but I agreed. When I reached New York, Aunt was so pleased to have me. She took me shopping around the city and got me all ready for my new school. Stepping into the big school, I felt like I was in a movie. I walked straight up to my class in the 9th grade, but almost all the seats were taken. I was gazing around when suddenly a girl waved at me. Me? Yeah, come on up. Here's a seat. That was so sweet. I walked near her, but then I noticed from her smile, she's someone I knew. OMG, Nora? Is that you? You look amazing, and you got contacts? I know, gotta make some changes. And you're beautiful as ever, too. We shouted in excitement while the whole class stared at us like crazy. Nora took me out on a tour around the school, and we bumped into Leah. Oh God, you again? How many more losers can a class of grade 9 hold? And she had a set of minions here too around her. Seemed like she hadn't changed one bit. Well, maybe you can leave and never come back, so the class will be one loser less. Nora and I laughed and high-fived. Leah looked like she was about to attack me, but some teacher walked by just then, and I escaped. Later that day at lunch, I sat down with Nora at a table, and the next minute, 2 girls brought us food as if in a restaurant. Hey, don't you know I'm on a diet? Take this burger back and get me a salad. And oh, one for Stormy too. No, really, it's fine. I can get my own lunch. Thanks. Hey, why? Easy, girl. See, she's already going. Now, chop chop. Whoa, I was surprised to see she was a big shot in the school with her own set of minions. As we were eating, Leah was sitting a few tables away, and I saw a strange grin on Nora's face. Now, watch the show. Saying that, she walked straight to Leah with a bottle of water. She silently poured the whole bottle onto her food. Leah snapped and pushed her hard. Nora fell down with a scream. Ah! Look, guys! She slapped me and pushed me down for no reason. Do you want such a mean girl to be your president? Stop embarrassing yourself, Nora. You're gonna lose no matter what you try.
We'll see about that.
What was happening? When she came back to her seat, I asked Nora, "What was all that about, Nora? And I saw that you started it. That wasn't very nice of you. Why?"
I told you, you gotta change to fit into the world or you'll lose. Well, here I mean the school president election. I'm running and so is Leah, and I have to beat her butt.
I wasn't liking her cheap winning tactics, but she was my friend, and when she asked me to help prepare posters for her campaign, I did. A day before the election, the candidates had to give their final speech in front of all the students, and a second student had to speak in favor of each candidate too. I was praying Nora wouldn't look up to me, but she did, and I really had to step up. I started off confidently, but suddenly I realized how many pairs of eyes were on me, and I lost my nerve. So, what I'm trying to say is, vote for Nora. And the whole school ended up shouting in chorus, "No, Nora! No, Nora!" Nora looked furiously at me and stormed off. I called her out, but she didn't stop. Gosh, I'd messed up, but I hadn't done it on purpose. She shouldn't have asked me. And when the election results were announced, Leah was declared the winner. I knew Nora would be really mad, but I had no idea what she'd do next. Just as the previous president was putting the president badge on Leah, Nora came charging straight at her onto the stage and knocked Leah over. She ripped the badge right off her shirt. I jumped onto the stage to stop her, but just then, she pulled Leah's hair, and it came off. OMG, it was a wig! Everyone looked stunned to see Leah hairless. Nora just stood there grinning, while Leah looked around horrified. I thought you'd at least keep this promise, Nora. You suck. She burst into tears and ran off. As Nora walked off the stage, I went after her and grabbed her arm. Are you crazy, Nora? How could you do something so awful to your own sister? Who are you? What have you become?
Who are you to ask me that, you stuttering moron? You cost me the election too.
She pushed me so hard that I hit the wall. I lost it. I attacked her back, and it was a big fight that landed us both in detention. But at least I was clear about something now. I was not going to be friends with her ever again. I didn't even know who she was anymore. I felt bad for Leah, but she didn't show up for days. And Nora was just going out of control. She made the whole class sign a petition for a re-election and sent it to the principal. Worse, she used Leah's absence and told everyone she was the acting president.
So class, today we're all gonna skip the math test and go watch the soccer team's rehearsals. They're amazing.
We're not listening to you, Nora. You can go if you want, but we'll be right here in class.
You always were such a loser nerd, Stormy. Don't talk back to your president. You are skipping math. Everyone will, 'cause I said so.
That was insane, and there was no way I was gonna listen to her. I stayed back in class, and I was glad at least some of the other kids did too. Weeks passed, and finally, Leah showed up for the exams. But she wasn't the same girl anymore. She sat in the last seat in class and didn't talk to anyone the whole day. I decided to go talk to her. When I went to her at lunch, she immediately stood up and started walking away. Hey, wait up! You don't have to run away from anyone. If you start running, you'll have to do that your whole life. Just stop. And she did. She came back and sat down next to me for lunch. And I saw Nora and her gang staring at us from afar, but I couldn't care less. I shared my lunch with Leah, and slowly she started getting comfortable. She told me she got a strange condition called alopecia a year ago, which made her lose most of her hair. She even apologized for being so mean towards me. You know, all these years, I thought being mean to people says you're tough and strong. The way I treated you and Nora till now, I think I deserve this shame. No, you didn't deserve it, Leah. It was cruel, but I'm glad you realized your mistakes, and I hope this means we can be friends now. We started hanging out in school and even at my place to study together, and she was actually quite easy to get along with. We aced the exams, and I was really looking forward to junior prom, but Leah seemed reluctant. Actually, I don't think junior prom is a good idea, but you should go. It's just me. Oh, come on, Leah, you're the president now.
You mean the hairless president? If only it was a Halloween party. You could come as Voldemort and win.
Shut up, Nora. There's a big difference between being hairless and heartless. You should be more worried about how ugly you are on the inside. How come you don't stutter at all when you raise your voice at me, Stormy? Was it a plan to make me lose the election then? Think whatever you want to, I don't care. See you at prom. Leah and I walked out. I took her shopping that evening and we got some beautiful dresses for the big eve. And I bought something that shocked Leah. A bald wig. This is gonna complement my costume. I'm gonna show everyone being hairless is a fashion in itself. How about you? She cried and hugged me tight. I held Leah's hand tight and took her to prom, beautifully hairless. Some gossiped, many were speechless, and I saw my friends smiling with confidence. That made me happy. Nora mocked us and laughed, but no one backed her up. Hey, knock it off, Nora. Leah looks lovely, and it's brave of her to come like this. Yeah, and we all like Stormy too. She's really nice. Nora lost her mind and picked up some juice glasses to fling at us, but just then the principal happened to walk by and the juice went straight in her face. She immediately kicked Nora out of the event. That felt like a victory. Just like that, we were at the end of high school. We got some great news. Leah and I got placed in the same university on scholarship. The last day at school, I walked into the restroom to find Nora sitting in a corner bawling like a baby. Hey, Nora, you okay? What happened? You of all people. Why are you here? Just leave me alone. Sure, I will. Right after you tell me what's wrong with you. What do you want to know, huh? That I'm a real loser? Fine. I'm dumb and stupid, and I failed all my exams, and I won't graduate from high school this year. And I've lost all my popularity, and everybody hates me. Happy to hear that, Stormy? Why would that make me happy, Nora? We used to be best friends, and I miss that person. But maybe this is a chance for you to set things right before you leave this place. Be nicer to your new classmates, and they won't hate you. You said you have to change to fit in. And I guess you need to change into the better, kinder version of yourself now. I know you can. She looked at me silently as I gently patted her on the shoulder, and then